everybody. Decided we're not going to apologize for the length of time between the videos. We're doing the best we can do. I don't know what to say. Between work and everything else, it's just been tough. Got a little frustrated. You know, we had some camera issues, things like that, and finally we realized that getting the word out about Bitcoin adoption awareness has got us over our frustration. So got a few extra things to make life a little bit easier. I realize this camera is it does a great job, but it's not ultra 4K HD or whatever that. It's just a simple camera. Realize the quality's gone down a little bit on the videos, but hopefully we won't have a heating issue anymore. So let's get to pushing. Not quite sure what this will bring the giveaway up to. You can see some of those tokens we printed there in the front. Working on those one at a time. Did a little short video. Probably most likely to be uploaded before this one. So you guys will get to see the process and what we're doing with that, what I'm doing with that. Playing for the boat, by the way. Hope everybody that lives in the United States had a great Independence Day. And as for the rest of the world, I hope y'all had a wonderful 4th of July. I know I did. Got to spend it with time with the family. There we go. And consume a few adult beverages, and not too many, just enough to relax. As soon as we get the tower knocked down, we'll adjust the camera so you guys can see him fall down the chute. You know how I like to watch it fall down first. So not quite sure what this brings us up to. I decided what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait till we reach the minimum criteria for YouTube, which I think is 1,000 subscribers. And then, oh, there we go. There we go. They're falling down. And then at that point, well, we have to have public addresses in the comments or some way to collect them. Somewhat, not really collect them, but some way to have a random drawing to where we can get these satoshis away. Still working on plans for the big pusher, so maybe we'll do like a, I don't know, like a live stream. I don't know how that works, but we'll give it a shot. You guys didn't hear a word I said because I had the mic off, I think. But anyway, I'll go back over real quick. Happy 4th of July, everybody. Happy Independence Day to the United States. We're playing for the boat. Going to wait till we get to the minimum subscribers for the YouTube to figure out how we're going to do the giveaway. We got to get a little more interest and get some Bitcoin address. I haven't got a single Bitcoin address yet, so got to figure out how we're going to get that interest up and get some addresses and decide when it'll be fair to give these satoshis away. We're playing for the boat, which already fell. As soon as we get the tower knocked down, we'll adjust the camera so you guys can see them fall. Unfortunately, I can't get it all in the shot at the same time. There we go. Man, that just never gets old. There we go. All righty. Coming out there fast and I can pull them out. let them catch up for a minute. Like I said, not exactly sure what this will bring us up to, but I'll put it in the description. Let me dump this bucket out real quick. Hold on just a minute. We have a little short video up. Like I said, I realized the mic wasn't on. I don't know if the camera itself is picking that up or not, but I realized the mic wasn't on at the beginning of the video, so we got a little short video that kind of shows everything else we're into. Got the new ant miner in, haven't got it hooked up, installed yet. Been working on refurbishing the GPUs, replacing the fans if necessary, cleaning them up, putting new thermal paste on, everything you need to make them work right. Although I think I've decided, given the very small amount of money you can get for them, and I understand that, you know, there's not a lot of demand for them right now, especially cards as old as I have. Mine are 10 series NVIDIAs, so, and I think I do have some 16 series. Yeah, I know I have some 16 series. I think we're just going to clean them up, and I'm going to box them up, and just hang on to them. You know, mostly what was profitable was mining Ethereum, which for those of you who may not know, that is another cryptocurrency that basically did for the web what Bitcoin does for money in a very short, not quite perfectly accurate explanation. I could go into a long description of it. It wouldn't do you any good because I'd have a hard time explaining it. But anyway, that's what made GPU mining profitable. Now, I never mined Ethereum. Well, let me take that back. I did mine Ethereum, but collecting Ethereum wasn't my goal. My goal was to mine Ethereum because it was profitable and trade it for Bitcoin. Well, Ethereum went from a proof of work algorithm to a proof of stake algorithm. Proof of stake being you stake your Ethereum. Somehow it's essentially right back to the proof of trust thing. You know, you get a bunch of people that want to stake their Ethereum to make a little money, and what they do with that Ethereum is when a transaction is implemented, they will use that staked Ethereum to stake the transaction, you know, let the transaction go through, instead of actually doing the work, which is what Bitcoin does, to prove that the transaction is legit before they let it go through. Long story short, Ethereum went to proof of stake. It was no longer mineable because there was no longer any work required to keep the ledger accurate. And with Ethereum out of the way, GPU mining became very unprofitable. I shouldn't say unprofitable. Not anywhere close to what it was mining Ethereum. There are other algorithms out there that you can mine with GPUs. However, it takes a lot of horsepower and a lot of energy to do so. And it's just not profitable if you're not thinking long term. I am thinking long term, and I do have available to me solely, which, as I've explained before, I don't like to mine more than what I put back. So with this ASIC miner, I need to see how much that's going to eat up before I turn my GPUs back on. And if I can turn them back on, even if I'm only making 1,000 satoshis a day, which is not much, it can still add to the giveaway, as well as my own Bitcoin holdings. Now, a lot of people say, why don't you just buy the coin? Well, I do that occasionally. I do what they call dollar cost averaging, which is basically I throw 20 bucks at it every week, regardless of whatever the price is. Now that's just a figure I'm throwing out there. Depending on what I got going on, I might throw a little more. Might not be able to throw any. It just all depends. I have bought some, but I enjoy mining. I mean, I really like doing it. I like messing with the equipment. I like tuning it to try to make it do more with less power. It's just very engaging. It's very, I don't know, just it's my cup of tea, you know. If I could afford to buy a bunch of Bitcoin, you know, then really wouldn't be no sense in being in Bitcoin, I guess, if I had that kind of money. But I guess that's a poor way to explain it. But you guys get it. I like mining, and never really been big into ASICs. But we're gonna see how that goes. We'll give it a shot. And if it does well, then maybe I'll invest into some more profitable machines, like that S19 we were talking about originally. But what is the single most important thing to me is that I stay carbon neutral while doing it. Not only for economic reasons, cost reasons, but just because it's important to me. I think it's very important for the Bitcoin environment, Bitcoin dichotomy, to be as carbon neutral as possible. Because even though that the current financial system that we have uses just as much juice, Bitcoin is under the microscope because it's just more obvious that it does use a lot of electricity. Fiat currency uses a ton of electricity too. It's just not obvious to us. You know, we talked about it before. You know, I've heard people mention that the Bitcoin uses more electricity to mine and keep the network alive than the entire state of Vermont or something like that. And you know, like I told you before, that's true, but so do vending machines. So it's all objective. I mean, you can make that analogy about anything. You know, whether it be coffee pots or vending machines or gosh, I don't know, anything. I mean, you can make an analogy about anything. So it's all relative. And you can also make that analogy about the current financial system. You know, cash registers and credit card machines and banking data centers. And you wouldn't believe how many there are out there. They're huge data centers in this world that are dedicated just to keeping a ledger. Now, it is a centralized ledger, unlike Bitcoin, but a ledger nonetheless. and it requires the same amount of power to keep it. I mean, you guys have all seen the movies with the supercomputers, and the guy sitting there with his laptop, and he's plugged into the supercomputers, and he's got a parka on because it's so cold. Well, that's a real thing. We've got supercomputers out there that do just about anything. I mean, they're data centers, and that's all Bitcoin is a decentralized data center. It's exactly the same thing. The only difference is, instead of it being centralized in one spot in the world, it is divided up among many people. I mean, there are warehouses out there full of Bitcoin miners, and there are guys like me who just got a couple of machines going in their garage. But it all contributes to the same network, and that's what makes it decentralized. Like we got a chip stuck back there. I have no clue how it's stuck. We're gonna let that ride. We've won the game. We pushed the boat out of there, so. And I tell you what, I am one poor repair guy. I cannot seem to keep that tape over that hole on that right side. I guess duct tape ain't good for everything. So we're having fun. We're pushing tokens. Let's stay on that right side, see if we can't get some of that stuff moving. If that chip breaks loose in the back, we'll push it out. And if it doesn't, we won't be worried, but we won't concern ourselves with it. I think this particular coin pusher just wasn't meant to have 50 pounds of poker chips stacked on top of it. It was meant to push corners, quarters, and tokens, not big old poker chips. That's why we're going to build our own. There's price action in Bitcoin. See it in the news a little more here lately, recently. A lot of the SEC stuff, and where I guess Coinbase was sued by the SEC, which is just another three-letter organization in the government, Security Exchange Commission. For not doing things the right way, not following the law. I think we covered this in another video. But basically, they just, all they're doing is just doing what they can to suppress the price, because, you know, the big organizations like BlackRock and JP Morgan, they laughed at Bitcoin. Now they realize they missed the boat. So they're using their political influence to try and suppress the price, sue their competitors, so they can get in as cheaply as possible. I mean, it's just my opinion, you know. Like I said before, this is not financial advice. You guys know I am an expert in nothing except for loving my family. So this is just my opinion. But it is based on things I see going on. Coinbase, as well as some other exchanges, lobbied the SEC to give them an idea of what they needed to do to register as an exchange for cryptocurrency. The SEC really never addressed it, not like they should have. And then when BlackRock realized they missed out, and JP Morgan realized they missed out, all of a sudden it was an issue. Y'all know how that happens. It ain't a problem until it affects them, right? It happens with a lot of things, you know. Managers, foremen, you have a problem, it's affecting you. It really ain't it ain't their problem, so they're not concerned about it. But if it affects that bottom line, all of a sudden, it's the most pertinent issue in the world. I've always said, if you're ever going to complain about something, or not really complain, but if you're going to lobby to get something fixed, turn it into dollars and cents. If, just say hypothetically, if you're working for a manufacturing company and it's hot, maybe you want a little bit of an air conditioner or something like that, figure out how you can turn it into dollars and cents, okay? You know, I don't know how you would do it. Maybe, you know, maybe the machine, the computers will work better if they're air conditioned, or you have to put it in dollars and cents. That's probably that is a bad example. I have to think of something else here. We're pushing stuff out. We got plenty of time, so. If you're having to work extra hard at something, document it. Show how much time and effort you're losing every day. Multiply that out by whatever you're getting paid, and show the company how much money they're losing over a period of time. That's really about the only way you can get most of them's attention. Now, there are people out there who care about their employees. As a matter of fact, most of them do. I work for a company that does, and they will listen to you, and they'll also give you an honest answer. If it's something that they think they can manage and fix and won't affect anybody else, then by all means they'll jump on it. However, if it's something that's going to affect the bottom line and they don't see how it's going to benefit anybody else, they will tell you, we don't like that idea, which in this day and age is rare. I guess I grew up old school. If people don't like something I got to say, or maybe not necessarily not like it, but they disagree with it, I'd rather they just come out and tell me that. You know, just tell me rather than beat around the bush. Give me a bunch of here to speak, as I call it, about this, that, and the other thing. Just tell me, hey, I heard you out. I don't agree with you. We're not going to do it. I'm okay with that. If I ran my company, you know, ultimately the guy paying the bills calls the shots, right? That's what it's supposed to be. I will listen to people, and there many times it helps to be a good listener and keep your emotions out of it, because I can't tell you how many times I've listened to people who had a better, not necessarily a better understanding, but just grasp the situation a little better. And by listening to them, I improve productivity. And on top of that, I was able to improve, you know, you create I guess you create like a balance between the people that work with you and for you, and you, the company owner. And it just creates a dichotomy that works better, because if people know that they're going to be listened to, then they're not upset to bring forth ideas. And that's really what you need. You need a open and honest conversation about things that need to happen. All right, I'm going to pause you guys for a minute and clear out some of these quarters. We just got a couple of more chips to go, so be right back. All right, we're back. We just got a couple of handfuls out of there. We don't have much to push, so we'll keep dropping them down on that chip. Maybe we can knock it out of there. If we can, we're not going to worry about it. We got to watch it all knock down and go in the hole. I don't know about you guys. That's the best part of it anyway. But it would be kind of cool if we could drop enough quarters on that to knock it out of there. These things take a beat. Well, I guess I can't say that this is the only one I've ever owned, so I really don't know if they're all like this, but I know I put it through hell. Definitely need to beef it up a little bit. All right, we got this. And I don't think that chip on the left there is not going to come out because of that. Let's work on these two right here. We'll get them out and call it a day. What do you think? Come on, baby. Good push. There we go. Moving a little bit. Like I said, I will look at the last video, see what the count's up to. We'll keep turning out videos till we get to 1,000,000 satoshis, and then we'll all figure out what we're going to do together. You guys send me some comments what you think would be the best thing to do. I want to make it fair. I also want to make sure I'm not giving away to any bots either. So I've never been in a situation where that has happened to me. Oh, we got it, we got it, we got it. But I've heard it happen to other people where they were giving away their Amazon gift cards or whatever to bots instead of actual people. So anyway, that's it for tonight. As I always say, peace, good vibes, prayers, whatever you need, coming at you. Y'all have a great night.